Ever wonder if the world you live in is a grand charade? Let's delve into this thought, shall we? Imagine living in a controlled and manipulated reality where what you perceive as truth is a carefully constructed lie. Sounds terrifying, doesn't it? But this is not an unfamiliar concept. We've seen it before in the dystopian worlds of 1984 and Brave New World. George Orwell's 1984 presents a chilling reality set in London, where the oppressive ruling party led by the omnipresent Big Brother exerts absolute control over the populace. Individuality is suppressed. Freedom of thought is forbidden. Truth is what the party says it is. Similarly, Aldous Huxley's Brave New World paints a picture of a future society where emotions and individuality are conditioned out of children. Relationships are non-existent. The citizens live in a state of ignorant bliss, unaware of their own enslavement. Both novels depict societies that are controlled and manipulated to an extreme degree, creating a reality that is a carefully constructed lie. The citizens of these dystopian worlds are living in a lie. Unbeknownst to them, their existence is fabricated. Now let's shift our gaze from these dystopian worlds to our reality. We live in a world where information is at our fingertips, a world that prides itself on freedom of speech and thought. But how much of this information is manipulated? How often does the majority's opinion sway us? How frequently do we question the narratives that are relevant to us? Are we then, in our ways, living in a lie too? Imagine living in a world where every thought, every action is monitored. This is the world of 1984, a dystopian society created by George Orwell. Here, psychological and physical control reign supreme, where the ruling party, led by the ominous Big Brother, watches every move, hears every whisper, and knows every thought. Under such scrutiny, freedom becomes a distant dream, replaced by a never-ending dread. In this world, censorship is the norm, not the exception. The facts are altered by rewriting books and historical facts, all to serve the ruling party's narrative. The government has twisted the truth so meticulously that it has become unrecognizable. It's a reality sculpted by lies where the citizens are fed propaganda, their minds molded to accept falsehoods as facts. Loyalty in this world is not a virtue born out of love or respect, but a result of fear and manipulation. The citizens are forced to pledge their allegiance to Big Brother, not out of choice, but out of fear. Fear of being labeled a traitor, fear of being subjected to the wrath of the thought police. Yet, amid all the oppression, there exists a glimmer of resistance. Winston Smith, our protagonist, challenges the system, daring to dream, love, and think for himself. His defiance, though ultimately crushed, serves as a stark reminder of the human spirit's resilience. In 1984, the ruling government mastered the art of manipulation, using propaganda and surveillance, creating a reality that is essentially a lie. The state's power is so pervasive, so absolute, that it blurs the line between reality and illusion. In 1984, the truth is a lie and the lie is the truth. Now picture a world where emotions and individuality are conditioned out of existence. This is the chilling reality of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, a dystopian narrative set in the year 2540. It's a society known as the world state, where even the faintest hint of emotion or individuality is systematically eradicated from its citizens. The world state is where humanity has been stripped of its bare essentials, where relationships are non-existent, and where individuals are conditioned from birth to conform to societal norms. It's a society that has traded individuality for stability, freedom for safety, and emotions for a manufactured sense of happiness. But what happens when this illusion of happiness begins to crumble? That's precisely the question Brave New World grapples with. The story follows Bernard Marx, an alpha who dares to think differently, and John, the so-called savage, who experiences the world state society after a life in a savage reservation. Their experiences highlight the stark contrast between the falsehood of the world state's utopia and the harsh reality of the human condition. The world state's reliance on technology is another theme that stands out. Technology is used to condition and control its citizens, suppress their individuality, and maintain the illusion of a perfect society. Yet beneath this veneer of technological advancement and societal perfection lies a profound truth. The world state cannot suppress the human spirit indefinitely. Huxley's critique of the misuse of technology, the suppression of individuality, and the illusion of happiness is a cautionary tale. It serves as a reminder of the potential dangers of unchecked power and the lengths a society might go to maintain a facade of perfection. So what is the world state if not a lie? An elaborate illusion cloaked in the guise of a utopia. It's a society that has exchanged the complexity and unpredictability of human life for a sterile, manufactured existence. It's a world that has chosen to live a lie rather than face the complexities of the truth. Brave New World presents us with a lie disguised as a utopia. It's a stark reminder that a society built on deception is ultimately unsustainable, no matter how well-crafted the lie may be. It's easy to dismiss these as mere works of fiction, right? But let's take a closer look. Both 1984 and Brave New World explore themes that are eerily relevant to our society today. Consider the theme of surveillance. In 1984, Big Brother's omnipresent gaze is a tool of control. Today, we willingly give up our privacy for convenience. Our every click, swipe, and like are monitored, analyzed, and used to shape our digital experiences. It's not a far cry from the intrusive watchfulness of Big Brother, is it? Then there's social conditioning. Brave New World portrays a society where emotions and individuality are conditioned out of children. In our world, social media algorithms condition us, subtly shaping our opinions, preferences, and even our sense of self. Censorship, another disturbing theme, is prevalent in both novels. In 1984, the party controls information and history itself. In the real world, we see media manipulation and spreading misinformation. It's a different kind of censorship, but it's censorship nonetheless. And finally, there's the manipulation of truth. 1984 introduced us to doublethink, the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs in one's mind simultaneously. Today, we're bombarded with conflicting information, making it difficult to discern truth from falsehood. It's unsettling to draw these parallels, to see elements of Orwell's and Huxley's dystopian worlds reflected in our own. But we must recognize them, because only by acknowledging these truths can we begin to question, challenge, and change. Looking closely, we might see that we live in a world of constructed realities. So, what can we do to see through these constructed realities? The answer is simple yet profound: critical thinking. It's like a pair of glasses that allows us to see the world in its proper form. Critical thinking skills are essentially tools that help us evaluate, analyze, and dissect the information we encounter daily. It's about questioning the status quo and not accepting things at face value. Let's take a moment to imagine a world where everyone unquestioningly accepts everything as absolute truth. A world where no one questions authority or the validity of information. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? That's the world George Orwell warned us about in his novel, 1984. A world where the truth is what Big Brother says it is. Now imagine a world where everyone employs critical thinking. The people question, analyze, and make informed decisions based on logic and reason that values truth and rejects manipulation. That's the world we should strive for. In an age where information is abundant, distinguishing fact from fiction is more important than ever. Critical thinking skills allow us to sift through the noise and uncover the truth. It equips us to challenge the narratives and assumptions often presented as facts. And it enables us to make decisions based not just on emotions or biases, but on logical reasoning and evidence. Moreover, these skills are not just applicable to deciphering societal or political situations, they are equally vital in our personal lives. From making career choices to deciding what to eat for dinner, critical thinking plays a pivotal role. In Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, the characters are conditioned to accept their reality without question. But we are not characters in a dystopian novel. We have the power to question, analyze, and think critically. We have the power to shape our reality. As we navigate through this complex world, let's remember to question, to think, and to analyze. Let's remember to use our critical thinking skills as a beacon, guiding us towards the truth. Because after all, critical thinking is our key to unveiling the lies and discovering the truth. In the end, it's all about questioning, isn't it? It's about peeling back the layers of the world around us, diving deeper than surface level, and seeking truth beyond the facade. We've journeyed through the dystopian landscapes of 1984 and Brave New World, unearthing the realities they present and drawing parallels with our world. We've seen how Orwell's 1984 paints a grim picture of a society under total control, where suppression of personal freedoms and manipulation of truths. We've also delved into Huxley's Brave New World, a world devoid of individuality and emotions, where technology is used to maintain a facade of perfection. These narratives, though set in imaginary futures, raise important questions about our present reality. In the face of such narratives, the importance of critical thinking and doing your research are essential. The shield protects us from succumbing to the distorted realities presented to us. It's the tool that empowers us to question the status quo, discern the truth from the lies, and challenge the systems that seek to control us. But remember, critical thinking is not a one-time exercise. It's a continuous process, a habit that needs to be cultivated and practiced. It's about not taking things at face value, about asking questions, about seeking evidence, and about being open to different perspectives. It's about being active seekers of truth in a world that often prefers to live in comfortable lies. So let's take a page from Winston Smith and Bernard Marx. Let's be the rebels, the questioners, the truth seekers. Let's not just accept the world as it is presented to us, but strive to understand it for what it truly is. Remember, the world and reality is not always as it seems. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep thinking critically and stay curious.